Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you! Revised K-12 Curriculum, English, Grade 5, Quarter 2, Lesson 7. Topics, Sentence Construction, and Tone and Mood in Writing. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Let's start! Learning Competencies and Objectives. Learning Competency Number 1. Compose appropriate sentences for clarity and coherence. Lesson Objectives. First, identify and use possessive and compound nouns and reflexive pronouns in sentences while ensuring subject-verb agreement. Second, identify and use helping, linking, and transitive verbs. Third, construct sentences in the past progressive tense. Fourth, identify and use adverbs of place in sentences. Fifth, recognize noun complement in a sentence and use words as noun complement. Sixth, incorporate dependent clause or clauses to independent clause using subordinating conjunctions. Learning Competency Number 2. Use tone and mood appropriately for one's purpose, context, and target audience. Formal. Lesson Objectives. First, determine the tone and mood in text by using different methods. Contents. First, sentence construction. A. Subject-verb agreement in relation to the following. Number 1. Possessive nouns. Number 2. Relative pronouns. B. Transitive verb. C. Past progressive tense. D. Adverbs of place. E. Noun as complement. F. Complex sentences. Second, tone and mood in writing. A. Methods for identifying the tone of a passage. Day 1. Let's have a short review. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. A word that names something like a person, place, thing, or idea. A. Noun. B. Pronoun. Answer. A. Noun. Number 2. These novels are preserved for us to see. This is what kind of pronoun? A. Demonstrative. B. Relative. Answer. A. Demonstrative. Number 3. Goyong will play sepak takraw after school. Will is what kind of verb? A. Linking verb. B. Helping verb. Answer. B. Helping verb. Number 4. Blippi feels happy today. Feels is what kind of verb? A. Linking verb. B. Helping verb. Answer. A. Linking verb. Number 5. The flock members blank in different direction. A. Flies or B. Fly. Answer. B. Fly. Lesson purpose, self-assessment. Activity, crescent moon check-in. Assess yourself if you have already developed the listed skills. Draw your crescent moon on the column before the lesson based on the guide on the right. You will get back to the chart after the lessons. Learning skills or targets. Number 1, identify and use possessive nouns and relative pronouns in sentences while ensuring subject-verb agreement. Number 2, identify and use helping, linking, and transitive verbs. Number 3, construct sentences in the past progressive tense. Number 4, identify and use adverbs of place in sentences. Number 5, recognize noun complement in a sentence and use words as noun complement. Number 6, incorporate dependent clause or clauses to independent clause using subordinating conjunctions. 7, determine the tone and mood in text by using different methods. Unlocking content vocabulary. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answer on the blank provided before the number. Here are the choices. A. Adverb of place. B. Complex sentences. C. Compound noun. D. Noun complement. E. Reflexive pronoun. F. Relative pronoun. Number 1. A noun made up of 2 or more words that function as a single unit to name a person, place, thing, or idea. Answer C. Compound noun. Number 2. A pronoun used to introduce relative clauses and connect them to a noun. Answer F. Relative pronoun. Number 3. A word that describes or modifies the location or position of an action or verb. It answers the question where. Answer A. Adverb of place. Number 4. A word or phrase that completes the meaning of a sentence by providing additional information about the subject or object that follows it. Answer D. Noun complement. Number 5. It contains an independent clause or complete thought and one or more dependent clauses or incomplete thought. Answer B. Complex sentences. Subtopic number 1. Subject-verb agreement in relation to the following. First, possessive nouns. Second, relative pronouns. A. Kind of noun. Possessive nouns. Possessive noun. A noun that shows ownership or possession of something. It typically indicates that someone or something possesses or has control over another object, person, or idea. They are often formed by adding an apostrophe and an S to the noun, especially for singular nouns, and just an apostrophe for plural nouns ending in S. Practice activity, being possessive. Instruction, write the possessive form of the following nouns in the parentheses to show ownership. Number 1, dog. Dog's house. Number 2, tables. Table's legs. Number 3, women. Women's bag. Number 4, lady. Lady's dress. Number 4, children. Children's book. Number 6, ladies. Ladies' shoes. Number 7, Max. Max's resto. 8, geese. Geese nest. 8, alley. Alice belt. 10, baby. Baby's bath. Subject-verb agreement rule. Singular subject takes singular verb. Plural subject takes plural verb. Possessive nouns are not used as subjects. They simply describe the actual noun. Example: during Ramadan, Ivan's family gathers for iftar every evening. In this sentence, Ivan's family means the family of Ivan. Family is the subject and the verb gathers must agree with it. Number 2, the children's grandmother bakes delicious sweet for Eid al-Fitr. Children's grandmother means the grandmother of the children. The noun in the possessive form children's describe the subject grandmother. The singular verb bakes agrees with the singular subject grandmother and not with children's. Number 3, Johan's parents read Quran together during the holy month. The noun in the possessive form Johan's describe the subject parents. The plural verb read agrees with the plural subject parents and not with Johan's. Practice activity: agree with the subject, not with the possessive noun. Instruction: choose the correct form of the verb in the parentheses. Make sure that the verb agrees to the subject and not to the possessive noun. Underline your answer. Number 1, Alan's parents visit him every Ramadan. Number 2, Irene's family gathers together for prayers during Ramadan. Number 3, my cousin's homemade sweets are always a hit. Number 4, the school's Ramadan assembly celebrates the diversity of the student body. Number 5, the neighborhood's iftar potluck brings everyone together. Number 6, my mother's pastries are my favorite. Number 7, the children's book was read by grandmother. Number 8, the table's legs were repaired by my father. Number 9, the kids' enthusiasm for the Ramadan is contagious. Number 10, the community's nightly prayers are hosted by the mosque's people. B. Subject pronouns, relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to introduce relative clauses and connect them to a noun. Examples include who, whom, whose, which, and that. Who, used for people. Example, the woman who fasts during Ramadan gains spiritual strength. Which, used for animals or things. Example, the dates which are eaten to break the fast are sweet and delicious. That, used for people, animals, or things. Example, the mosque that we visit for prayers is beautifully decorated during Ramadan. Whose, shows possession or ownership. Example, the family whose house is decorated with colorful lights celebrates Ramadan with joy. Whom, used for the object of a verb or preposition, particularly in formal writing. Example, the people whom we invite for iftar bring delicious dishes to share. Practice activity, choose your relative pronoun. Choose the correct relative pronoun, who, which, that, whose, whom, to complete each sentence. Number 1, the family whose house is decorated with colorful lights celebrates Ramadan with joy. Number 2, the people whom we invite for iftar bring delicious dishes to share. Number 3, the mosque where we pray in every evening during Ramadan is beautifully decorated. Number 4, look at the moon. It signals the beginning of Ramadan, which is a holy month for Muslims. Number 5, the dates which are eaten to break the fast are sweet and delicious. Number 6, I can't decide between the two prayer rugs that are on display. Number 7, can you pass me the Quran that is on the shelf? Number 8, I am using the prayer mat which belongs to my grandmother. Number 9, everyone who fasts during Ramadan gains spiritual strength. Number 10, the traditions that we follow during Ramadan are passed down through generations. Subtopic number 2, using linking and transitive verbs. Day 2. Linking verbs. Linking verbs are not action verbs and they do not define any action. Instead, they describe the subject rather than the action like other verbs. Some common linking verbs include be, seem, appear, become, feel, look, remain, smell, sound, taste, stay, grow, turn, and prove. Examples. Number 1, Ramadan is a holy month for Muslims. Number 2, fasting becomes a spiritual practice during this holy month. Number 3, the mosque feels serene during Ramadan nights. Number 4, the iftar meal tastes delicious after a day of fasting. Number 5, Ramadan brings communities closer together. Transitive verbs. Verbs that require a direct object to complete their meaning. Direct object is the noun, pronoun, or noun phrase that receives the action. Examples. Number 1, families prepare meals for iftar. Verb, prepare. Meals, direct object. Number 2, people donate food to those in need. Verb, donate. Food, direct object. Number 3, many mosques host gatherings. Host, verb. Gatherings, direct object. Number 4, Muslims recite prayers from the Quran. Recite, verb. Prayers, direct object. Number 5, families exchange well wishes during Ramadan. Exchange, verb. Well wishes, direct object. Practice activity, linking or helping. Read the sentences carefully. Underline the verb used and identify it as linking or helping verb. Write linking or helping on the blank provided before the number. Number 1, the mosque appears crowded during Taraweeh prayers. Verb, appears. Linking verb. Number 2, he will attend Taraweeh prayers tonight. Verb, will attend. Helping. Number 3, we are fasting during the day. Verb, are fasting. Helping. Number 4, the sense of community seems stronger in Ramadan. Verb, seems. Linking. Number 4, they have donated to charity since last week. Verb, have donated. Helping. Number 6, I am reciting the Quran. Verb, am reciting. Helping. Number 7, she is preparing for suhoor. Verb, is preparing. Helping. Number 8, dates taste sweet during iftar. Verb, taste. Linking. Number 9, even the aroma of food during this time smells delicious. Verb, smells. Linking. Number 10, and the call to prayer sounds serene. Verb, sounds. Linking. Group activity. Verb, object, match up. Number 1, work in small groups. Your teacher will give you 2 sets of cards. One set has verbs like attend, prepare, invite, serve, write, plant, bake, and paint. And the other has direct objects, Holy Mass, food, meal, friends, story, tree, cake, and picture. Number 2, the cards will be shuffled. Each group takes turn drawing one verb card and one direct object card. Number 3, decide together if the 2 cards make a correct pair. For example, attend Holy Mass is correct, but attend cake is not. If the pair is correct, your group earns a point and keeps the cards. If not, return the cards to the pile. Number 4, after several rounds, the class will review the correct matches together, talk about tricky pairs, and explain why some combinations work while others do not. Subtopic number 3, verb tenses, past progressive tense. When to use simple past tense. Past tense is used to describe actions, events, or situations that occurred and were completed at a specific point in the past. It is also used when talking about past habits or routines in the past. Example, number 1, Miggy baked traditional sweets yesterday. This is a completed action. Number 2, Yuan and Blippi always went to the mosque together yearly. This is a past habit. Number 3, we gained our independence in 1898. This is a past fact. When to use past progressive tense. Past progressive tense describe an ongoing past action that was interrupted by another past action. In the simple past tense, it is also used to describe 2 past actions that were taking place at the same time. Example, a past action interrupted by another past action. Number 1. Miggy was baking traditional sweets when her friends came. Number 2. They were reading the Quran when the power went out. Two past actions that were taking place at the same time. Number 3. While Miggy was baking traditional sweets, she was watching TV. Number 4. We were setting the dinner table while Mother was preparing the menu. Group activity, verb-object match up. Number 1. Preparation, 5 minutes. The teacher will explain the rules of the game. You will work in small groups of 4 to 5 students to create a story chain using sentences in the past progressive tense. Each group will get a sentence strip with the beginning of a story, such as, I was riding my bike to the park. Number 2, story building for 5 minutes. A timer will be set for 5 minutes. Each student in the group will add one sentence to continue the story using the past progressive tense. For example, families were gathering for Taraweeh prayers in the mosque. Grandma was baking traditional sweets. Dad was reading stories about Prophet Muhammad. The Imam was leading the evening prayer, and Mother was reciting the Quran. Number 3, sharing for 5 minutes. When the timer ends, each group will share their completed story chain in the class. The teacher will write your sentences on the board and highlight how the past progressive tense was used. Other groups will listen carefully and give feedback if the sentences are correct. Number 4, discussion and reflection for 5 minutes. After sharing, the class will talk about the activity. Think about how it felt to build a story together and how the past progressive tense helped describe actions happening at the same time in the past. Practice activity. Make it past progressive. Instruction. Rewrite each sentence in the past progressive tense. Number 1. While the children play outside, it started to rain. Answer. While the children were playing outside, it started to rain. Number 2. The students study hard when the teacher entered the classroom. Answer. While the students were studying hard when the teacher entered the classroom. Number 3. Mother waits when the bus came. Answer. Mother was waiting when the bus came. Number 4. They walked home from school when they saw a rainbow in the sky. Answer. They were walking home from school when they saw a rainbow in the sky. Number 5. The Mrs. Pilar barked loudly while the Mr. Blackie slept peacefully. Answer. Mrs. Pilar was barking loudly while Mr. Blackie was sleeping peacefully. Number 6. Grandpa already fixed the broken pipe when the plumber came. Answer. Grandpa was already fixing the broken pipe when the plumber came. Number 7. The siblings cleaned the house when their cousins arrived. Answer. The siblings were cleaning the house when their cousins arrived. Number 8. Margaret cooked dinner while her brother set the table. Answer. Margaret was cooking dinner while her brother set the table. Number 9. The birds chirp outside as the sun set. Answer. The birds were chirping outside as the sun set. Number 10. While the children play in the garden, the ice cream truck passed by. Answer. While the children were playing in the garden, the ice cream truck passed by. Let's have our extended activity, past is past. Instruction, continue the sentence by adding another past action to complete the past progressive form of the sentence. Example, Johan was eating dates when his cousin arrived. Number 1. Families were gathering for Taraweeh prayers when the lights suddenly went out. Number 2. Grandma was baking traditional sweets when the children entered the kitchen. Number 3. Dad was reading stories about Prophet Muhammad when the phone rang. Number 4. The Imam was leading the evening prayer when a gentle breeze passed through the mosque. Number 5. Mother was reciting the Quran when her daughter quietly sat beside her. Subtopic number 4. Adverb of place. Day 3. Explicitation. Adverbs of place are adverbs that affect or define the meaning of a word or phrase by informing us where things occur. These words are also called spatial adverbs. Whatever they are titled, these adverbs invariably answer the same question, where? Examples. Number 1, here. We are having lunch here. Number 2, there. Mr. Blackie the cat is sleeping over there. Number 3, inside. Please come inside the house. Other examples: underneath, outside, above, below, everywhere, away, behind, far, near, beyond, within, etc. Practice activity, place your adverbs. Choose from the box the appropriate adverb of place to modify the action. Write your answer on the blank provided. Here are the choices: above, there, nearby, underneath, inside, within. Number 1. The grade 5 students gathered blank the classroom to start their lesson. Within an enclosed space or area. Answer: inside. Number 2. The supermarket is located blank, close to a particular area. Answer: nearby. Number 3. Mrs. Pilar the dog likes to sleep blank the sofa during the day. Situated below something else. Answer: underneath. Number 4. The birds were flying high blank the clouds. Greater elevation than something else. Answer: above. Number 5. The keys were found blank the drawer of the desk, enclosed in a certain area. Answer: within. Additional activity, circle the place. Instruction, choose the appropriate adverb of place to describe the verb and circle your answer. Number 1. The cat sat outside or under the table. Answer, under. Number 2, the birds flew within or high in the sky. Answer, high. Number 3, she looked everywhere or above for her keys but she could not find them. Answer, everywhere. Number 4, the squirrel ran around or inside the tree. Answer, around. Number 5, the book is here or backward on the shelf. Answer, here. Extended activity, fill your place. Instruction, fill in the blank with the appropriate adverb of place. Choose from the word box. Here are the choices: inside, across, indoors, near, at home. Number 1, families eat blank their homes for iftar. Answer, inside. Number 2, they break their fast blank. Answer, at home. Number 3, it is too hot, let's stay blank. Answer, indoors. Number 4, the mosque is blank Ivan's house. Answer, near. Number 5, the bakery is located just blank the street. Answer, across. Subtopic number 5, noun as complement. Complement is a word or group of words that completes the meaning of a noun or pronoun within a sentence. It usually follows a linking verb and provides additional information about the subject or object. Types of complements include noun complements, pronoun complements, adjective complements, depending on their function within the sentence. Noun complement, a word or phrase that completes the meaning of a sentence by providing additional information about the subject or object that follows it. Example, number 1, Mary Genesis is a dentist. Mary Genesis, subject, is linking verb. Dentist, noun complement. Number 2, grade 5 students elected Joaquin class president. Students, subject, elected, verb. Joaquin, object, and class president is the noun complement. Practice activity. Know the noun complement. Ask the students to identify the noun complement in the sentences. They should underline their answer. Number 1, fasting becomes a challenge during Ramadan. Answer, challenge. Number 2, the mosque becomes a place of prayer. Answer, place. Number 3, generosity becomes a virtue during the season. Answer, virtue. Number 4, the community becomes a family. Answer, family. Number 4, sharing food becomes a tradition during this holy month. Answer, tradition. Number 6, reflection becomes a daily practice. Answer, daily practice. Number 7, charity remains a core value for the Muslims. Answer, core value. Number 8, prayer becomes a habit when done in the mosque. Answer, habit. Number 9, family gatherings become special occasions during Ramadan. Answer, special occasions. Number 10, Ramadan becomes a time of spiritual growth. Answer, time. More practice. You compliment me. Read each sentence carefully. Select the correct word from the box on the right to complete each sentence with the proper noun complement. Write your answer on the blank provided. Here are the choices: beautiful, blue, brownie, cozy, engineer, genius, innocent, president, success, sweet. Number 1, the flowers look beautiful. Number 2, Lynette became an engineer. Number 3, the cake smells sweet. Number 4, Johan considers himself a genius. Number 5, they named their dog Brownie. Number 6, the house feels cozy. Number 7, we painted the room blue. Number 8, the students elected Leo class president. Number 9, Teacher Lonnie deemed the project a success. Number 10, the jury found the defendant innocent. Extended activity. Underline the complement. Underline the noun complement and encircle the word it complements in the following sentences. Example, Miggy is a gymnast. Answer, gymnast, Miggy. Number 1, Ivan is a data analyst. Answer, data analyst, Ivan. Number 2, Blippi eventually became my friend. Answer, friend, Blippi. Number 3, we consider Einstein a genius. Answer, genius, Einstein. Number 4, they named their dog Miss Pilar. Answer, Miss Pilar, dog. Number 5, Mr. Blackie is a cat. Answer, cat, Mr. Blackie. Subtopic number 6, complex sentences. Day 4. Complex sentences contain an independent clause or complete thought, and one or more dependent clauses or incomplete thought, connected by subordinating conjunctions. Examples. Number 1, Muslims fast during Ramadan because it is a religious obligation. Independent clause, Muslims fast during Ramadan. Dependent clause, because it is a religious obligation. Number 2, when the sun sets, families gather for iftar during Ramadan. When the sun sets, Dependent clause. Families gather for iftar during Ramadan is independent clause. Subordinating conjunction is a word that connects independent with dependent clause, creating a complex sentence. Number 1, because indicates cause or reason. Number 2, although indicates contrast. Number 3, if indicates condition or supposition. Number 4, when indicates time. Number 5, while or as simultaneous action. Number 6, since cause or reason. Number 7, before or after time or condition. Activity, complex sentence puzzle. Number 1, each group will receive sentence strips with independent and dependent clauses. The colors or symbols will help you tell them apart. Number 2, work with your group to arrange the strips and form complete complex sentences. Number 3, you may combine the clauses in different ways, but make sure the sentences you create make sense. Number 4, paste or glue the sentence strips onto the worksheet. Number 5, after finishing, each group will share their answers with the class and explain how they formed their complex sentences. Independent clauses. Mosques are busy during Ramadan. Charity is emphasized during Ramadan. Ramadan is a time for reflection. The Quran is recited more during Ramadan. Ramadan ends with Eid al-Fitr. Community spirit is strong during Ramadan. Fasting during Ramadan begins at dawn. Muslims observe Ramadan with fasting. Muslims fast during Ramadan. And families gather for iftar during Ramadan. Dependent clauses, as people come for prayers. So people donate to those in need. When Muslims seek forgiveness, to seek blessings and guidance. When Muslims celebrate with feasts and prayers. Until the sun sets. When people come together for iftar, which lasts for 29 or 30 days. Because it is a religious obligation. When the sun sets. Subtopic number 7, tone and mood in formal writing. How to identify the tone and mood in formal writing. Number 1, word choice. Simplify the concept by focusing on identifying positive or negative words and discussing how they make the reader feel. Number 2, sentence structure. Instead of analyzing complex sentence structures, focus on recognizing simple sentences that convey a clear emotion or idea. Number 3, figurative language. Introduce basic examples of figurative language such as similes, and metaphors using familiar objects or experiences. Number 4, descriptive details. Encourage students to identify sensory details that create a specific mood, such as describing how a scene looks, sounds, smells, or feels. Number 5, dialogue and character interaction. Use examples of dialogue that clearly demonstrate different tones, such as a character speaking angrily or happily. Number 6, context and purpose. Discuss the purpose of the writing and how it might influence the tone, using age-appropriate examples such as persuasive letters or informative articles. Number 7, overall atmosphere. Help students recognize overall feelings conveyed by a piece of writing, such as whether it feels happy, sad, exciting, or scary. Number 8, reader response. Encourage students to reflect on how a piece of writing makes them feel and discuss their reactions with classmates. Activity, tone walk. Number 1, the teacher will give you cards with different tones and moods on them, such as happy, angry, formal, playful, or mysterious. Each card will also explain what that tone or mood sounds like in writing. Number 2, we will go for a walk around the school grounds or outside. At different spots, the teacher will read aloud short passages from text. Listen carefully, then choose the tone or mood card that best matches the passage. Number 3, after each passage, we will talk as a group. You will explain why you chose a certain tone or mood card and point out the words or phrases that helped you decide. Number 4, when we finish the walk, we will gather together. You will complete a worksheet or write in your journal about what you learned. Think about how tone and mood help us understand writing, and how you can use this knowledge in your own reading and writing. Suggested excerpts. Number 1, Atticus said to Jem one day, "I'd rather you shot at tin cans in the backyard, but I know you'll go after birds. Shoot all the blue jays you want if you can't hit them, but remember, it's a sin to kill a mockingbird." Excerpt from To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Answer: tone, reflective, moralistic. Mood, serious, contemplative. Number 2, the ships hung in the sky in much the same way that bricks don't. Excerpt from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Answer: tone, humorous, absurd. Mood, light-hearted. Number 3, he had no idea that this day would end in death. But, of course, he couldn't have known that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten out of bed. Excerpt from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. Answer: tone, mysterious, foreboding. Mood, suspenseful, ominous. Number 4, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Excerpt from The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Answer: tone, reflective, contemplative. Mood, ambivalent, thoughtful. Number 5, it's a dangerous business, Frodo. Going out your door. You step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to. Excerpt from The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Answer: tone, epic, inspirational. Mood, adventurous, determined. Day 5. Learners' takeaways. What have I learned this week? Match the terms in column A with their examples in column B. Write the letter of the correct answer. Number 1, compound noun. Answer: G, firefighter, ice cream. Number 2, reflexive pronoun. Answer: B, myself, himself, themselves. Number 3, past progressive form. Answer: D, Ives was playing basketball when it started raining. Number 4, adverbs of place. Answer: K, inside, nearby, above. Number 5, adverbs of time. Answer: I, soon, yesterday, now. Number 6, noun complement. Answer: A, Ivan is a data analyst. Number 7, direct object. Answer: E, Goyong gives a gift. Number 8, complex sentence. Answer: C, fasting during Ramadan begins at dawn until the sun sets. Number 9, subordination conjunctions. Answer: J, if, although, while, since. Number 10, dependent clause. Answer: H, because it is a religious obligation. Reflection on learning. Activity, crescent moon check-in. Assess yourself if you have already developed the listed skills by drawing a crescent moon or moons according to the guide below. Draw your moon or moons on the column after learning the lessons. Learning skills or targets. Number 1, identify and use possessive nouns and relative pronouns in sentences while ensuring subject-verb agreement. Number 2, identify and use helping, linking, and transitive verbs. Number 3, construct sentences in the past progressive tense. Number 4, identify and use adverbs of place in sentences. Number 5, recognize noun complement in a sentence and use words as noun complement. Number 6, incorporate dependent clause or clauses to independent clause using subordinating conjunctions. 7, determine the tone and mood in text by using different methods.
Maraming salamat sa panonood! Huwag kalimutang i-like at mag-subscribe para sa higit pang educational content. I-click ang bell icon para ma-update ka sa ating mga bagong video. Salamat!